Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whichever one you'd like to know. Welcome to another episode of the Jumpcrouch Podcast. I am back as your host this week, Matt, and I am joined by Jacob.
It's end of an era.
The end of an era.
In one of the news articles, I'll let you know later.
Oh, intrigued. What could it be? Suspense. And I am also joined by Peter.
I hate everything.
Why do you hate everything, Pete?
Because I'm not well.
Because he's not well. Why aren't you well, Pete?
I don't know. Ask Mr. COVID, man, why I'm not well.
Oh dear. So Pete, unfortunately, has got. I very nearly said something that was even worse. Then has got COVID. I very nearly said the big C, but that is not the big C. He's got.
It's not.
That is not the big
No,
C.
no.
That's something very different.
Yes. He's got the viddy. He has. He's got the co of the vid. Bless him. So he's under it.
It's Conneria, if anyone doesn't know.
Oh dear. On that note. And it's just the three of us this week. Abby is unable to attend, which is fine. It's not a problem at all. We will carry on as the three musketeers. We are a tripod, quite literally.
There's one way referencing it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know. I was going to go somewhere else with that, but I'm going to leave it from where we are. So I appreciate, for me, it's been quite a long time, actually, because you guys did it a couple of weeks ago. I was unable to attend that evening or that day because I just got back off holiday from a 5 and a bit hour drive trying to get from down south into the Midlands. But I am back and I am here. Hello, everybody. So we need to have a catch-up then, really, don't we? Because I don't know what people have been doing. I have absolutely no clue. You lot could have been skydiving for all I bloody know. So let's find out what we've been doing. So, Pete, I appreciate you want to talk much. So give us a brief run. What have you been playing? What have you been doing? And what are you currently wearing?
Nothing, everything.
I'm so turned on.
Get 3 jackets on. It's amazing.
I feel good.
Oh no, I'd die if I had 3 jackets on. I'll just keel over.
You'll sweat it out, mate. Is what you'll do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That's pretty much gone now, to be fair, which is very nice. What I've been playing, I've been playing a lot of Baldur's Gate 3 again.
Do you know what? Surprise.
Yeah, okay. I get back into it. I get annoyed because something didn't happen that should have. It cost me like 20 hours of gameplay, and I get really annoyed, so I stopped playing it for a couple of months, and I went, fuck it, I just did it all again.
Sod it, I'm just gonna, whatever.
Yeah, by the way, if I'm talking and then I stop, it's because I'm going to cough.
No, that's all right, it's not a problem. We will fill the emptiness.
Yeah, if it seems like, he wants to keep talking and then there's just silence, that's why.
Oh, okay, yes. Yeah, no worries. You're just coughing your guts up.
Yeah, but the other big thing I've been playing is a little game. You might have heard it. It's what is it called? A smashing blast from the past. I'm playing the Crash Bandicoot trilogy.
Oh, good lads. Oh,
yes.
I like that. How are you finding it?
I remember Crash Bay. It's infuriating until you beat the level and you're like, that was easy.
You know, I do love it because I think everybody's like that. Everybody's a bit like, love it. Remember playing it? It was brilliant. But do you know what? It actually surprised you on how hard it got as you got on going doing it.
Yeah. And I was like, every time you were like, this is unfair. Why would they do this? This is terrible. I don't know what they're thinking. Game's too hard. What they love it, and you finish it, and you think, level was not easy. It's fine.
What was I whinging about?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
I remember, was it news articles when it first came out going, this is the Dark Souls of platformers. Is that? No, it can't be that bad, surely.
The Dark Souls of platformers.
Yeah, it was just brutal, but I never played the original, so I can't say. But if you two did, do you think the difficulty was pretty much the same?
As far as I know, it's a very faithful reconstruction of it.
Yeah, it seems exactly the same. It was quite difficult back in those days. Must admit, I have actually got it on my PS Classic, which wasn't on there originally, but I don't know. It just appeared one day on there, so I played it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's great. Now I love it when things do that.
Yeah, sounds very nice.
Absolutely, yeah. So lots of games suddenly appeared on there, but that's it. In that sense, so, bro. Oh, nice one, Pete. So, blast from the past, and well, to be honest, two blasts.
Smashing blast.
Oh, smashing blast from the past. Sorry.
Yeah.
But to be honest, Baldur's Gate 3 as well. It's pretty much your blast from the past anyway, isn't it? Or is that your usual? Sorry, should we say?
I mean, it's only about a year old.
I know, but you've played it that much. You probably could have completed it 12 times.
I've only finished it the once.
Exactly. Why?
How many hours you put into it?
I'm not prepared to discuss that.
Oh, right, okay.
He cannot measure it.
To be fair, sometimes I just leave it on, especially this week. I might have left it on, not overnight, but when I was away doing something else, and just left it on because I was dealing with myself.
Okay.
Something else, talk.
I'm moving on now because it's going to go wrong.
Is that a new way of calling it?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Oh, that was Pete's happy time. Right. Anyway, so let's move on. Cheers, for that Pete. Thank you very much. Jacob, go on then. Hittles.
Played one new game and completed a game finally, and then tried out a couple of games I haven't played in a while. So the ones I haven't done in a while, went back to Need for Speed Heat.
Okay.
It's very good. I got that as a bundle with Hot Pursuit, and both of them are very good games. I very much enjoyed them. I had Heat originally on the Xbox, completed that, and then, like I said, I got it in the bundle. I was like, yeah, I'll get it for the PC as well. Enjoyed that. Went back to Hell Let Loose.
Oh dear.
They've had several updates since then, and Jesus, it's a good game, but it is brutal as hell. There's been got spawned, killed no end of times, which caused my rage to go through the roof. But
really, that's not like
yeah,
you.
I know it's not. I'm a very calm person. But yeah, it's a very good game. I'd highly recommend it if you want something more hardcore than Battlefield. And then the one game I did finally complete after several attempts, Dead Cells.
Dead Cells.
Yeah, I had it on Switch, and well, yeah, I still got it on Switch, but it was my go-to game when I was, just out and about or just want something quick to play. And it's a very good game, but it took me several runs to finally actually complete it. And yeah, I'm just going to keep on doing it and unlock more stuff on it. So yeah, very chuffed with that. And then the new game I've been playing is The Witcher 3.
Really?
Yeah, I've never played it up until this point.
Oh, okay.
It was on the Steam sale, so got it for like £2.50.
Yeah,
I was going to say that game's been ridiculously brilliant price.
Yeah, it was a bargain that you couldn't ignore. So it's like, you know what, for £2.50, it's worth a try. And yeah, been very good so far. I'm looking forward to put some more time into it.
Whereabouts are you?
I haven't even gone in. I think I've only just completed a tutorial in the castle and got to the first village. So I haven't got too far into it. But like I said, I'm going to put a lot more time into it.
Oh. No, that sounds good. That sounds good. I like things like that, to be honest. I mean, God, it's years ago since I played Witcher, but still. Good game. Good game. Oh. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. Smashing. Catching up with everybody. What have I been doing? Well, life? No. What games have I been playing? Well, still been playing a bit of Sleeping Dogs. That's been a good game. Still.
Sleepy Dogs. I love Sleeping Dogs. That's one of my favourite open world games.
It is
Yeah.
brilliant, and it's a fact it plays so well on the Steam Deck. It really does. It's brilliant. You know, it really does play. You know, it's proper fun, to be honest, on there. And it just, because it plays so well, it's just nice to sit there and be like, okay. So, you know, spot on, really. And I've also actually gone backwards into the past. Probably not as far past as you have, Pete. But I have definitely gone further back than Witcher. So I've gone to Batman Arkham Asylum.
I was going to play that as well, actually.
Well, do you know what? I went away on holiday and I was like, I need a game to play. So I've downloaded a few. And I thought when I got there, I just sat down, like, do you know what? I've just fancied playing it. So I just started it. And don't get me wrong, it took me 45 minutes to actually get it playing properly. Because just you had to mess about with some of the settings on it and get it and download it. So it did annoy me a little bit. But in a general sense, it once I got it working and now that it's done, I just love it. Brilliant game. Absolutely brilliant. Well, I think Arkham City I did slightly prefer because it was a bit more open worldy, but I do still like Arkham Asylum. So yeah, I'm not far into, and I'm about an hour and a half into it at the moment, but still, I do enjoy it. Good game. So yeah, so that's been me really. That's been me. You know, that's been my games. We've heard, you know, we've seen what Jacob's been playing. We've seen what Pete's been playing. We won't see what Abby's playing, but I'm sure we can talk about that next time when she comes back, which isn't a problem. It'll be all good fun. So I think really we should move on to the news portion. So I can get this one started then. It's not a problem. It's not me who's brought it up, but I'll get us going. So people have probably read that a lot of things is not just companies that are going down and closing, but unfortunately now, US gaming magazine is shutting down after 33 years. The Game Informer. Now, admittedly, I've never actually read it, but mind you, I would argue it's a US one. But after 33 years, that seems quite long, don't you think?
Yeah.
Just
I again, Game Informers. I think I've seen some of their online articles, but I never read any of the magazines. Like you said, they're US based, aren't they? So
yeah.
But I used to read the official Xbox magazine for a bit, and then it sort of transitioned to the Xbox 360, and then stopped reading them. But yeah, video game industry, like you say, it's not just hitting the game studios; it's now hitting gaming magazines as well, which real shame.
But we have got to think, you know, the thing is we're getting to the 21st century now, aren't we? And I mean, I don't know about you, but I mean, I don't even read a book nearby, buy a magazine, or even the paper anymore. So, you know, I think magazines in a general sense could just be dying out as it is.
Maybe I don't really bother with any monthly subscription to magazines now. But every now and again, if I'm on holiday, I might just treat myself to a magazine or something. But it's only like once maybe twice a year. But
you do know that's on the internet nowadays, don't you?
But no, it's everything's moved forward. Everything's online now, so you got you take other gaming sites like Eurogame or IGN. You know, all the articles are online, so
yeah,
why bring out a magazine?
I think Game Informer did have an online.
Okay. Did not know.
That gets shut down as well.
No,
No.
which obviously it just shows you that maybe it's just a lack of people reading it. I mean, they have actually put a final sort of farewell in here. So the farewell. So after 33 thrilling years of bringing you the latest news, reviews, and insights from the ever-evolving world of gaming, it is with a heavy heart that we announce the closure of Game Informer. From the early days of pixelated adventures to today's immersive virtual realms, we've been honoured to share this incredible journey with you, our loyal readers. While our presses may stop, the passion for gaming that we've cultivated together will continue to live on. Thank you for being part of our epic quest, and may your own gaming adventures never end. Do you know what? I very nearly... I stuttered then because I was like, and may the fourth be with you, but force with you. But no, so that's their sort of heartfelt goodbye from them. Which is, as I say, it is a shame to see them go because all three of us grew up with them, especially me and Pete, because we are a little bit older than Wakeb. But, you know, we do miss them in a sense. Look at that, you see. I don't know if you see it on the screen now. Game Informer magazine. Sonic the Hedgehog. Fall issue, 1991. Insane. 91. I was 5.
I didn't exist.
Okay, let's move on. Move on to the next one. So, who would like to take the next one up?
I'll take it up. As I mentioned at the start of the podcast, end of an era, and it's the Xbox 360 store has finally closed down after 19 years of service. It is just essentially writing on the wall of the 360, just slowly winding up. We've seen games, multiplayer games for the 360 servers getting shut down, and this is almost the final nail in the coffin, really, with the 360 store gone. It's the 360 was the first console I did online multiplayer game with, so I have lots of fun memories with it, whether it's playing Need for Speed, Rainbow Six, Call of Duty, Halo. I have so many fond memories for it, and it is just sad to see it just come to an end. It was going to come at some stage, but doesn't make it any easier.
Yeah, it was getting to that point, but no, I'm with you on that one because it was PlayStation was the first one I had playing on against online, but Xbox, just in general sense, I met a lot of people on Xbox. Yeah, we had our clan from COD called the MSCs. Now I'm not going to say what they stood for because you know, one of the words will definitely get us demonetized. You can probably imagine what it is. MSC. I'll tell you two later when we're finished. But yeah, you know, so much fun was on there all of the time, and it was, yeah, very good. What actually popped into my head the other day is, do you remember when they introduced 1 versus 100?
Oh, was that quiz game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It used to be so good. You used to play that, and it just used to get to the point of, I'm getting so well, then you're out. It's like, oh, bugger. I used to enjoy that game. I really did. But no, yeah, very much with you. It's very sad times. But as we said, same with the magazine. It's getting to that point where we're 2 generations ahead of that, sort of 3 generations ahead of that now. So, you know, it's moved on quite rapidly, really, isn't it?
It's just it's scary when I think it's like, well, what was 10 years ago is like, well, the 360, but it's not, isn't it? It's the Xbox One, and it's just like, Jesus, the time's just racing by.
You're in your 30s now. There you go.
I know, exactly. It just doesn't feel like it, that's all.
I know what you mean. Me and Pete still feel like we're 12. Well, maybe not Pete at the moment because he's he's got COVID, but still.
I feel like I'm 70.
Somebody's done something to me lungs. I can't
Some
even.
ruffians kicked me in the lungs.
I can't even have a cigarette without coughing.
Just wonder how many times you're going to slide in a COVID reference.
That's one thing I never did get into, actually, was smoking.
Right, Brill, thank you for
Which is
that.
nice.
That again, bit of sad news. God, it's all sad news, isn't it? I'll move on. So I can talk about the next one if you want. So Borderlands.
I can do that if you want.
Okay, no, fair enough. Pete, go for it.
Borderlands movie came out, and it was dog shit. So, Matt, you want to do the next one?
Wow, we've gone quickly there, haven't we?
Well, we can put our own comments, but yeah, it's just terrible. Don't go see it.
Yeah. Well, how video game projects used to be, like films or TV shows. Yeah, they apparently were feeling nostalgic for that and made another one like it.
Thing
But
is, sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, at least the Borderlands film is maintaining the tradition of video game adaptations that are just terrible.
Yeah, but we were getting good ones for a while.
True. What was it? Detective
Like,
Pikachu with
The Last of Us is up for Emmys, or it has, or won them. I can't remember.
Oh, aye.
And then we've just gone right back down to rock bottom with this pile of pish.
It started with Halo, then we got this. So.
Thing is, it is.
I actually meant to say about that. Apparently Paramount are shutting down their entire TV.
Wow.
Yeah, so that explains how Halo got cancelled, because everything's cancelled.
Okay. Well, to be honest, it's probably Halo that killed it.
I wouldn't put that on just Halo. They did a lot.
No, I must admit, I haven't watched a single thing from Paramount because I thought it's a waste of money. I've got Netflix, I've got Disney Plus, I've got Amazon. There are other subscription services available, and I have got Plex. So it's like, what the hell do I need several other bloody things for?
Yeah, then it's just you got the same I've got. It's just like free's more than enough. Then you go on Amazon Prime and say, "Oh, you could have Paramount for an extra whatever it was." And I'm just like, "No, I already pay enough for your crap." And then you get this message that pops up every so often. It's like, "We could get rid of adverts for you for £3 a month." It's like, no.
Yeah. I mean, the funny thing is, as well, is how often do you go on there, look, and you think, "Oh, there's nothing to watch."
Yeah.
You've got probably thousands upon thousands of films and TV episodes of things to watch, and we all do the same thing as there's nothing on. Don't want to watch it.
Well, what annoys me is if there's a specific show I want to watch, it's like, "Oh, I'll go watch it." It's like, "Oh, it's on one of these services you don't have." It's like, "Oh, for goodness sake."
Or it is on there, but you've got to pay for that one, like on Amazon. No, you've got to pay for that one. I wanted that recently, and I was very much, I feel like watching that TV show. So it'll be on Plex. I'll find it on Plex.
Yeah. I remember when I first got Netflix, it was the first subscription service I got and I remember spending days just going through all the films and TV shows to watch, and now I just like, there's nothing to watch.
It's bloody typical, isn't it? Absolutely typical. Yep. And yeah, it is just a shame because Borderlands, you know what? The trailers looked really good. And by the sounds of it, is literally the bits on the trailers are the only good bits. Well, that's my thought anyway.
It looks the part. It's just, it was bad. Well, from what I could get, but badly written and questionable casting choices. Don't get me wrong, there's some really, there are really good actors in there, but you do wonder why they're playing certain characters.
Right. Keep an eye on it for Plex.
Yeah, I don't think it's doing too well in the box office at the moment. So, at the moment, on a budget of, let's say, $120 million, it's made back 18.
Uh-oh.
It is in trouble.
Somebody's in trouble. Someone's going to be in trouble. Okay, so we'll move on to the next one, and I'm excited for you to talk about this, Jacob, because I remember this game and I thought it was amazing.
Yeah, so it's not good news, unfortunately. This is we've been reporting throughout the whole year, really, of job losses and studio shutdowns. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to add another one to it. And it is Ready at Dawn. So they were the developer behind The Order 1886, and it was one of the games where I was tempted to get a PlayStation 4 because it looked absolutely amazing.
Great game.
It think some of the main criticism was it was too short, and it looked like it had potential. You know, for the first game, it's like, okay, might be a bit short, but if they do a sequel, they can really expand on it. I would have looked forward to seeing that more of that game, but no, unfortunately, it's another studio gone. It's really sad.
Already sad. And they say it's been quite a depressing year in that sense, hasn't it? To be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been loads of bad news this year coming to gaming, and we've had many conversations to be to a point of, you know what, we feel sorry for the industry, and we feel sorry for anybody that wants to get into the industry, because it is not the right time at all. Not the right time. Don't get me wrong, I think it will come back up one day, but not for quite some time yet. Not for quite some time, but more bad news. Thanks for that, Jacob. Thanks for that. We love it. Not. Joking. So from there, we go to your next one.
Yeah. So there is, for the Union of Video Game Developers, the big issue at the moment is AI of replacing people, but taking over jobs. So this is where a strike might come into force because the unions can't agree over the use of generative AI in video games. And part of it is they think the strikes are going to affect online games.
Oh dear. That doesn't sound very good then, does it? Really? How would the strike... Oh, I'm mad. Yeah, of course it would.
Well, people walk out, then there's
Yeah.
nobody to look after and maintain the service. So, but yeah, it's like I said, it's if you get AI to generate, let's say NPCs or environments, then it means you don't have to pay a team to do it, which is we don't want more job losses.
Not really. Not really, but I think unfortunately, I think it's still one of these things that are going on, and I think it's still going to be going on for some time, not just this year, next year, maybe the year after, until it starts to level out a little bit, because the economy on so much stuff is just down in general, isn't it? So, but well, lots of depression so far, but hopefully now Jacob's going to make it up with some positivity.
Yes, we've had plenty of downers, so let's end on a good note. A good note. So, Max Payne. Anybody played any of those games?
Of course.
So, Remedy have released their half-year financial reports, so detailing progress on some of the games, and they have confirmed that the Max Payne 1 and 2 remake have entered full production.
Ooh.
And to add the cherry on top of it as well, Control 2 is now in a playable form.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, so it says. Oh.
So there's 3 games to look forward to.
So that'd be quite good. I mean, Max Payne 1 I loved. 2 I wasn't a massive fan of, but I know Pete shouted at me last time for that because he said it was the best one.
I'd agree with that.
Correct.
Well, I need to replay. I've got it. I just need to replay it, really. It was some time ago. I wasn't a fan of it last time. And personally, my favourite is number 3. I absolutely love number 3, but still.
Number 3's multiplayer was really fun.
See, I never played the multiplayer, and I just heard Pete go, eh.
Yeah. 3 was fine.
3 was fine. You wash your mouth out with soap.
Yeah, it's fine. I'd happily play through 1 and 2 again. I might get back to 3 at some point. Maybe not.
Well, you need to play them then, Pete. Get on them. Do it. Do it. Please.
It's hard to wait for the remake, so.
Or you can wait the remake.
Yeah, by the way,
Okay. You kind of went robotic on me then.
Yeah.
Don't know that one, Matt. So, that's it. So that's it for our news this week. So there is a lot of depression, unfortunately, out there still, which isn't fun. But we end with a good piece. We end on happy days. If you're a fan of Max Payne, brilliant. It's coming. It is indeed.
Yeah, the series shouldn't have ended on. Well, it didn't really end. It just sort of stopped at 3, which is a shame because, like you said, Max Payne 3 is a really good game. The series shouldn't have stopped there. And it
I actually disagree with you.
really,
I think 3 is a perfect place to stop it.
okay.
But how that ended is just like, yep, it's a perfect place to stop this. Doesn't need to keep going until it's drowned in the ground.
Well, I suppose, yeah, but they could do. There's other things they could do with it. They could, if they don't want to focus on Max Payne, they could. How often? How often do you get other games like that style Max Payne?
I mean, it's true. I mean, I must admit, it's true. I mean, nowadays, there's not a lot of the games that I look at, and this is where we'll all trump each other. Is then they're not. They're just remakes. At the moment, there's no new era style games. Nothing that I think, anyway. Nothing that's like, wow, that's brand new. That's really different. That's good fun. At all. Max Payne. I mean, I love that type of game. That's fantastic.
Yeah,
Where is it? Where's it gone?
it might be like Dead Space. The franchise sort of stopped at 3. Then I was hoping the remake was going to revitalize and renew the interest for it, but because of disappointing sales, it's dead again. So with the Max Payne remakes, I'm hoping something similar happens. Of it generates enough sales, revitalize the franchise, and do some new exciting stuff with it.
Revitalize. Oh, right. Brill, lovely, thank you. So we'll move on to this week's topic, which is our games of the month for May, June, and July. So obviously there's only the 3 of us this time, so we'll try do this the best that we can, and see how we get on. So I think we'll start with May first, and then we'll move on from there. So both Jacob and myself have got a same game in there, which I'm pretty sure everybody's seen it and played it. Now, it's not normally my type of game to play, but you've got to have a go at some of these random ones and see what you think. But it is, Jacob, what is it?
Little Kitty, Big City.
Ah, there you go. Little Kitty, Big City. Basically, poor little Kitty's lost, needs to get home. But
Yeah,
you do some playing on the way.
Yeah, it's what's that? You said it's not the game I'd normally choose, but I saw enough trailers and stuff about it. And just it's worth a try, and as it's on Game Pass, to make the most of that. But yeah, it is a very simple game, but it's very fun. I put a good few hours into it, and I very much enjoyed it. There was another game I wanted to nominate, but it's still very good, but it had 1 or 2 issues with my PC. So
I was about to say,
went back to that other game.
I was about to say, is that your honourable mention? Because I'm very surprised that you didn't put that in to start with.
I really wanted to put, the game's Hellblade 2. I really wanted to put that as my game in a month, but the demand for it on the PC is so high. Playing it on my PC just caused the frame rate to drop on a massive scale. It was borderline unplayable. I'd have to dig up what the specs are. It was just asking far too much. So I put it, I had to transfer it across to the Series X, and it plays, it runs smoothly on Series X, but it doesn't look as good as it would do on a PC. It plays very similar to the first one. It continues the story. It's very good, but like I said, it just demands far too much for a PC.
Very demanding. We hate demanding things or people or, you know. I'm actually just, here we go, Hellblade 2. Let's just see if it gives me the spec, what it wants for us on here. Spec, where are you? Playable on. Yes, I know it's playable on. Normally it gives me on. Let's view some details. Are you going to give me the spec? No, I cannot see it, which is very depressing. Reviews, lists. No, sorry, I can't. At this point now, I can't give the specs of what you need for
See
it.
if I can dig it up, but on the Xbox hub for the PC, you click onto the game and there is an icon that said, there's something that says should play great on this PC, but I can tell you right now, it did not play. Well, when it was in combat, it played fine, or if the environment wasn't doing sort of like stormy weather, it was fine, but any other time, it just struggled massively.
So I've actually found it now. I found it.
Okay.
So minimum requirements: Windows 10 version or higher. Recommended is the same. Minimum architecture is 64.
Yep.
Recommended the same. Minimum graphics is an NVIDIA GTX 1070, an AMD RX 5700, or an Intel Arc 8580. Recommended, so this is the recommended, is an NVIDIA RTX 3080, an AMD RX 6800 XT, an Intel Arc A770. That's quite a difference from the minimum to a recommended. And you had the minimum, didn't you, according to that?
I think I've had barely the minimum, or might be slightly below it, but it like I said, it just couldn't handle it. And it's a real shame because I was looking forward to the game, but I just, like I said, I put it onto the Series X, and I still intend to go back to it, but I just haven't gone back to it as much as Little Kid in Big City. It's just, it's like I said, simple game to play, easy just to be any mood just to put a couple hours into it, and yeah, I can highly recommend it.
It's a light-hearted game. That's the thing, innit? And it is, as you say, it's something you can very easily just get into it and play, and that's it. And all it is you're just a roaming cat.
Yep.
In a big city, you're lost, want to get home, and that is it. That's as simple as the game is itself, And it might sound daft, but it is just fun, I mean, God, you can wear stupid hats, pretend to be a bunny rabbit.
Oh, I put the sheriff hat on mine.
Pretend to be a shark. How's that one? I don't know. There's all sorts. But that's mine and Jacob's. Pete, how about you?
Mine is Crow Country.
Crow Country. Would elaborate?
No. Crow Country is a retro-style survival horror game. If you look at the visual style of it, it looks like the original Final Fantasy VII. Big, blocky characters. But the actual gameplay is obviously inspired by both Resident Evil and Silent Hill. Has a sort of weird style to it. It's set in a abandoned amusement park where you will go through and find a journalist who's injured, and you bring him back to your car, and then go through the park. And as you go through the park, some monsters start showing up. And they slowly more and more monsters show up, and you do not have the ammo to kill everything, so you have to be very conservative with your ammo, just like you would imagine a survival horror game you have to be. Well, you try your best to uncover the mystery of what the hell is actually going on.
I'm just looking at a bit of it now, and I remember looking at this when you were talking about it like a while ago, and the graphics of it is quite cool because it does remind me of probably, I don't know what, maybe 10.
It's a very early PlayStation 1.
Yeah, but it does look a bit fun. It does look fun, to be honest, and it's our type of game, and it is, it's a horror-y, scary-ish sort, which is quite good. That's what we like. I like that. But no, very good. Yeah, have you been enjoying it?
I finished it.
Oh, you finished it, have you?
Mhm.
Finished it. Oh, that's good then. So on Steam, it's actually overwhelmingly positive. So that to be honest, normally with Steam reviews, they do get them pretty much right. I find anyway, because whatever's on there, which is says really good, I tend to sort of be like, yep, okay, sounds good to me, and go with. So I'll be honest, boys. It's one of these things of what do we think? What do we think Maze will be? Is it Crow or is it Little Kitty?
That's Crow.
I'm not gonna lie, that Crow Country does actually look really good. The closest thing to playing the original Resident Evils was it the Resident Evil remake? So it still had similar tank controls, just not the same art style. But no, it definitely looks fascinating. But I'm still gonna stick with Little Kitty Big City.
I will stick with Little Kitty just for the sheer fact that it's the only one that I have actually played in that sense. But Crow Country does look very good, and I will actually want to play it, so I will be purchasing it.
Just a quick question to Pete: how long did it take you to complete it, or complete the story anyway?
I currently have 12 hours played on it, and that's with doing like maybe the first hour or so of a second run through.
Ah, right, okay.
So it's about 9 or 10 hours.
That's not too bad then.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which is about standard for a survival horror game.
So I'm afraid though, I think May would have to go to Little Kitty.
I mean, you're wrong.
It might be, but that's it.
I mean, like, I don't like to lay it down, but Little Kitty Big City kind of just looks like a very nice, comfy puzzle game. But like, it doesn't look anything special to me. Crow Country actually feels like it's something unique. Like Little Kitty Big City kind of looks like Poor Man's Stray. I don't know if you tell bad of it, but it looks like a Poor Man's Stray. But if you want to play that game, then you just go ahead. I'll fight my battles other places.
Okay, so we'll move on to June. So we're not arguing all the time.
We're supposed to argue. What's the fight?
Well, fair enough. Yeah, because you'll lose, so that's fine.
You can't just say, "Oh, it's the game of May." Why? Well, we both said so. Like, tell me why it's the game of May.
Well, that's the hardest thing because I haven't played Crow Country, but I'd like to. But
tell me what's good about Little Kitty Big City.
Tell you what.
Tell me what's good about the Little Kitty Big City.
Because it is such an easy game to just literally get into, right? And this is Crow Country might be the same, but Little Kitty Big City, it's a game that I can just pick up, get into, play for a little bit, and then put down.
You could be a cat as well and an absolute bastard with people, so what's not to like about that? You can go around, climb up on things, smash parts, and like Matt say, there's plenty of puzzles to get involved in.
Yeah.
And the art style looks really good. It's rather than going for something similar to Stray, it's gone for a cartoony style.
So it's the game of the month because you're playing as a ruffian. I know good. I ne'er do well. I'm learning a lot about you two right now.
Well, we're ruffians because we like to play with furry little hairy things.
I don't know if I like where this is going. Can I change my mind?
You know what? Fair enough. You guys win. Let's go on to June.
June. Okay, we'll jump on to
Should
June.
have done that.
Jump on to June.
Sorry, I caused a cough in front of me there.
We will come back to May shortly. We'll jump on to June. I think May might be.
We might just not have to agree on anything and just say these.
No, it's okay. We can go with Little Kitty Big City.
No, it's fine. Look, we'll come back to May shortly.
No, it's all right.
Look, shut up, Pete.
I'm outvoted. It's fine. Just want you two to know you're wrong.
Right.
Well, opinions are like arseholes. Everybody's got one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but only mine's right.
Only yours. Why is only your arsehole right?
Because mine smells like perfume and other pleasant things.
Jesus Christ.
Absolutely, yes. It spurts out fucking flowers and stuff like that. Is that it? How have we gone from there? Right, anyway, moving on. We'll come back. Moving on. June. So I'm going to jump on this one first. Now, back in the day of the Wii, there was... What have you... Oh, sorry, you've got an honourable mention, Pete. I do apologise.
Oh, yeah, I actually did forget it.
Yeah.
I forgot to talk about
Yeah.
that. Yes, Songs of Conquest is the game I played a lot of in early access. I'm going to say a game, but neither of you both played it. Heroes of Might and Magic 3?
No.
Nope.
Okay. I never expected either of you to play it. So, funny enough, it's a franchise owned by Ubisoft now, but because it's not an open world survival game, Ubisoft don't make them anymore. So, Heroes of Might and Magic is a long strategy series, and 3 is kind of the pinnacle of the series. It's a really unique game. Like, you control kind of an overmap. Sort of like if you've ever played like Warcraft 3, I'm not. Let me keep going. Fans of Heroes of Might and Magic. It's just kind of like Warcraft 3 and like the overmap, where you move like a character around who's part of an army, and then once it gets into a fight, you go into like a sub battle of it, where you take turns and you can cast spells on the other army to debuff them and do some damage to them. It's really fun. But Heroes of Might and Magic 3 came out in like 1998, 1999, somewhere around that. And Songs of Conquest is sort of a spiritual successor because, as I said, Ubisoft don't make those type of games anymore. So it's kind of carried on this legacy of that, and it's done very well. I very much enjoyed it. Cold Country's better than it. But I might give you Little Kitty Big City's better than Song of Conquest.
Fair enough. You're just saying. I just thought of an honourable mention as well, which is Prison Architect 2.
What's that out?
When it came out in May.
Oh.
I was a massive fan of the first one. I loved the first one. Haven't played the second one, admittedly, but just looking at some bits of it, it was a bit like, do you know what? Why haven't I played that? Why haven't I gone back to it? I just don't know. I've obviously forgotten that it was even coming out, but still, it's anybody ever gets a chance, play number 1 first because it is quite fun. Takes a little bit of getting used to and understanding because there's no sort of real guidance to it when you get started, but it is good fun. It is good fun. So we'll move on to June. And I was just in the middle when I realised that Pete had his honourable.
Oh, yeah.
What was that?
Prison Architect 2, it's not out.
Is it not?
No.
Are you sure?
Okay.
The game was delayed to May 7th. in order to fix more bugs. It was then further delayed to 3rd of September.
September, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And on 2nd of August, it's been delayed even further, so it might not even be out this year.
Right, that's fine then. That's fine. Well, forget my honourable mention and move on to June.
Yeah, it's an honourable mention, and where the fuck is it?
Yeah, rewind. Okay, done. So, June. So, my one for June is we're going back to the day of the Wii. You got the Wii controller and this little game called Super Monkey Ball. Right, brilliant. You could do a bit of golfing. You could do a bit of bowling with your friends. You know, it was a good laugh. And they have released Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble. Right, good laugh. Straight onto the Switch. Yep, real good fun. I enjoyed it. I really did. So basically, if you think of yourself on this sort of, you know, you used to get those tabletop bits and you've got the marble that's got to go down the straight line without falling off the sides. It's exactly the same. That is it. And it's the puzzle, very puzzle based, as you're collecting the bananas as you go. And it was just fun. It really was. I enjoyed it anyway. I don't care if anybody else didn't, but I enjoyed it. Unfortunately, it doesn't have like the bowling and stuff back on it again, which is a pain. But I don't know why, because that'd be really good, especially with the handheld controllers doing it. But I like.
How many of those games have they made at this point?
Oh, they've made loads. I've got about 4 of them on my Switch. So that's what I mean. I do buy them because you get newer puzzles, but they're quite cheap games, to be honest. I think it only cost me like £7. So I'm not going to complain a little bit like that.
Jesus. Sorry. Post it in Discord.
All right, okay.
You would see.
Oh.
That's a lot.
Oh, wow.
Ooh. Wow, okay. Jesus.
Yeah, what happened in 2014?
Monkey Ball, Super Monkey Ball, Super Monkey. Yeah, what happened? Yeah, I know. They've obviously killed it a little bit there, didn't they? And then all of a sudden come back. Jesus.
Ran out of momentum by the looks of it once it got to 2014. Just like, you know what, we need to take a break.
Super Monkey.
We've kicked it arse out of this thoroughly.
Super Monkey Ball Junior, Super Monkey Ball on the N-Gage, Super Monkey Ball Deluxe, Super Monkey Ball Touch and Roll, Super Monkey Ball Adventure, Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz, Super Monkey Ball Tip and Tilt, Super Monkey Ball iOS, Super Monkey Ball Tip and Tilt 2, Super Monkey Ball iOS, or Super Monkey Ball 2 iOS, Super Monkey Ball 2 Secure Edition, Super Monkey Ball Step and Roll, Super Monkey Ball Ticket Blitz, Super Monkey Ball 3D, Super Monkey Ball Banana Splits, Super Monkey Ball Bounce. Then we've got like a 5-year gap, Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz HD, Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania, Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble.
So in the space of 7 years, they came up with 12 games?
I think they capitalised on how popular the original one was. But do you know what? Not one of those games has ever been as good as Super Monkey Ball.
I remember. Pretty sure. No, in fact, it wasn't that. It was what's his face? Ape Escape. I was going to say. I remember it being in Metal Gear Solid 3, but it wasn't. It was Ape Escape.
Ape Escape.
Yeah, remember those? Those were great.
I don't actually remember them.
Really?
No, I
Oh
don't.
man, I think it was either the game that came with it, or it was the first game that I remember where you needed a joystick controller on a PlayStation to play it.
Oh, okay. No, I generally don't
Because
remember
the net mechanic was on the right stick. Like how you'd aim with it.
Typical. Absolutely typical. But yes, so that's my one for June. So we'll move on. Pete, go for it.
Excuse me.
Oh.
My thing for June, I haven't played anyway. But the internet will shoot us if I can into the sun if we don't mention Shadow of the Erdtree. We can. You can like say whatever. It's probably this game, and unfortunately, because none of us would have played it, so I've not got around to it. I think specifically because it's on my PS5.
Right.
Yeah. So because it's like, it's a bit of an extra step type thing, and I was playing something else when it came out, and I was like, I'll get to that eventually, and it kind of just went on and on.
Okay, well, I was just trying to search for it actually. So is it an expansion pack to Elden Ring then, or is it its own separate thing?
It's just an expansion pack.
Okay. I haven't played any of the Dark Souls or even Elden Ring itself. Mainly because I'm not really into Dark Souls types games, which is a bit odd because the game for July is a similar style, but I think for me it's more of the narrative.
I can hear someone waking up out of his bed before his night shift tonight to shout at you right now.
I'm sure he will, and he'll keep on shouting at me until my ears start bleeding. But it's no, don't get me wrong. It looks good, and like I said, the Elden Ring game itself was highly received. So, but yeah, it's not going to be a game I'll pick up anytime soon. It's not the type of thing I'll go for.
Shadow.
But yeah, from what everyone said, it's just more Elden Ring, and Elden Ring was fantastic. So that sounds pretty good to me.
That's it. I've just seen another one that's apparently come out. Drug Dealer Simulator.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, yeah, give it a month. Let's go.
Yep.
So that was random. Oh no, yeah. So you just yeah. So I don't know. Elden Ring was never my cup of tea. Admittedly, I'd never played it, but I'd watched like you, Abby, Bob. You know, I watch it, and I was a bit like, I don't know. It was never my thing.
Because you're weak.
Yes, it is.
You've not struggled.
Yeah, it is because I'm weak and haven't struggled. That's very right.
It's because I value my hardware and I don't want to throw it through the window.
That's part of the fun. You have to get good enough at the game that you don't ruin your own equipment.
Yeah, I suppose.
Part of the fun. Part of the fun. So, nice one. Thanks for that, Pete. Thank you. So, we'll move on to Wake-Ups.
So for this game, I'm actually working the franchise backwards for it, because the first one I played was on the Switch, and that was Luigi's Mansion 3, and in June, Luigi's Mansion 2 HD Remaster came out on the Switch, and I like that franchise. Pardon?
Can we count that, to be fair?
Well,
Luigi's Mansion 2 came out in like a decade ago.
Yeah, but they've right to well, you could call you could ask all the remasters or remakes into question, and if we can't nominate them, so
Is this a remake or is it a remaster?
Let me just, where is it? It is it was for the Nintendo 3DS originally, so they've had to so it's had a graphics update, plus they've had to amend the control slightly so it will work with what was it, the twin stick setup.
That's remaster then.
So can I count that or not?
I would say no.
It's fine, but you put an expansion pack on it, so can we count?
I that's totally fine.
Oh,
Count expansion packs.
controversial now, isn't it? Controversial. Expansion packs, are they allowed? Remastered, redone games, are they allowed? Because in that sense...
Yeah, like, I was going to say, like, I think it came out in January, The Last of Us, so we're going to count that for Game of the Year.
But in that sense then why did we look at April? Why was Sea of Thieves in the running for April when that's been out for donkeys?
Was it? I don't remember it being...
Yeah.
Was it not just like an honorable mention? Just like, yeah, it's out on PlayStation?
Yeah, it was thrown in there because it was the first time it's going on to
No,
PlayStation 5.
that's fair enough. And then what about Tomb Raider Remastered in February?
Was that not the same thing?
That well, it might have been an honourable mention, but it was still in a running.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you had the Tomb Raider trilogy. They were remastered. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
I would not have wanted that to get counted as well. I will say.
And then you've got The Last of Us Part 2 remastered in January.
you got Star Wars Battlefront Collection, Classic Collection in March.
We
Yeah.
don't talk about that.
So
That was never winning game of the month.
No,
So-
no, the Star Wars one was never going to win it, but just
Yeah.
well, sod it. Let's just throw it in there and
Look.
just say it's crap.
One thing, even if it's a remaster, it should just be a good remaster just to start. Things should actually work.
let's be honest, right? Yes, let's keep it, but we know it's not going to win Game of the Month.
Fine, I will mention it because it's on a brand new platform and it's on the platform I can finally play it on. And yeah, I love free, and this is okay. It's a backward step to a smaller game, but who doesn't like the Ouija?
That's very true.
He is the better brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no. There you go then. So it does stay. I mean, I can choose what I think would be my Game of the Month for June, and it isn't Super Monkey Ball.
No, I was looking at the releases for June, and I think there was one game that I'd imagine Abby might have nominated.
Drug
Still
Dealer.
Wakes the Deep. No. No, I was going to say Still Wakes the Deep.
Oh, was that June? I did
Yeah,
not. I did not see that in June. Where? No.
it came out June the 18th.
Are you sure?
Yeah?
On my list, it's not on my list at all for June.
Really?
Yeah. Because I played that and I absolutely loved it.
Okay, so that sounds like Game of the Month. It's going to be a game none of us suggested.
Do you know, yeah, and that's Sod's Law. But I generally did not know that was release date. It's not on any of my lists at all. Oh yeah, 18th of June, 2024. Can I add in Still Wakes the Deep, please?
No.
Tough. I'm doing it on behalf of Abby, and Abby would like to add Still Wakes the Deep. So, did anybody ever watch that TV season called The Rig with that Mark? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I know Tony loves him, absolutely loves him, and he'll probably slap me for saying that because he doesn't. But it was a it reminded me, that game basically reminded me of that TV show. Full stop. Brilliant. No weapons involved, nothing at all like that. It was it reminded me slightly of Mirror's Edge as well. You know, when you're running, you're having to jump, hold on to stuff, bits like that. Basically, you're just trying to escape this oil rig. You know, it's going down, it's being destroyed by this thing. But it was just such a fun game. And it's one of those where it's like, you know what, you could quickly get on that and play it, and it's a 4-hour game. Very, very quick. But it was just so much fun. So I'd like to nominate Still Wakes the Deep.
For I've heard it's a very good game. Very atmospheric, very unique. I like the ways that as you're taking damage, it was almost like a film
Yeah.
being peeled back at the edge of your vision. That was pretty cool detail.
Yeah, I did like that. Yeah, you knew when the thing was getting close to you because you started to get this. I can only imagine it as like suction type pads on your screen in the corners. It's there, so it's coming on that corner. It's that coming from that corner. So, and it was still really quite eerie because it was. I don't know. I can't. It's hard to sort of. Did it sort of eat them, but bring them out so they were then just evil people. I don't know how it worked.
I'm sure there's a 3-hour lore video on YouTube. I'll tell you.
Oh God, yeah, but I'm all right, thank you. I'm not that interested in learning the bloody back and forth of it, but no, there you go. So that is what I'd like to vote for Game of the Month. Still Wakes the Deep.
You know what? I'll do the same. Still Wakes the Deep.
Don't make me the bad guy again.
You're not the
Wow,
bad
what are
guy.
you gonna
You're just the
suggest?
wrong guy.
No. I'm sorry, internet. Like, yeah, sure. I just you have to answer to the internet. Like, if we're allowing expansions, you have to answer to the internet on this.
That's fine. I've answered to the internet enough times, and come find me.
See, but the good thing is,
no one's going to win that effort.
the good thing is though is that Still Wakes the Deep is the only game here which is actually an original game. The other two are just one's a remake, the other one's an expansion, so it's nothing special. I'm just waiting for the comeback from Pete then, but I think he's gone. And yeah,
I don't think you can answer it. Like you said, one's an expansion, and mine was a remaster. So they're both, in essence, what was it?
And my first one was I don't know, it's the 80th game that they brought out.
Yeah, well, it's another one we might have to fight over for another day.
So, potentially, we've got May is Little Kitty Big City, and potentially June is Still Wakes the Deep. Let's see what potentially July could be, shall we? Oh, if only I was on camera. I did a really good look then, and I thought it would have been great. Never mind. Pete, do you want to start us off with July?
Sure.
There we go. I was wondering was that a long
no,
dramatic
coughing.
pause? Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, as I say, like if you expect me, if you're throating me or something, or if I'm talking and I stop, it's because I'm coughing.
No,
it's not because I'm being ignorant.
Oh no, I didn't think you were being ignorant.
Apologies.
I just thought you were waiting. I thought you were putting this massive, long, dramatic pause with it.
No. I had more to say about Shadow of the Tree as well, but yeah, I'm just.
Sorry, did you want to go back to it?
Oh, absolutely not.
No? Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Right. Let's go on then. So, July. Take us through.
So, my nomination for July is Dungeons of Hinterberg, which is a game I just downloaded at random on Game Pass. And I have to say, this is an absolutely charming little game. It is essentially like a dungeon explorer slash hack and slash game mixed with a Persona style confidant system for the people in town and getting up their affinity with you or unlock new abilities and activities. It's something that I didn't think would work on paper, but having played it, it is very unique and very well done. Story is pretty basic, but kind of intriguing from what I've seen so far. If you like any of those genres I just mentioned, absolutely give it a try.
I'm just watching the trailer of it. It looks like he's fighting skeletons.
Yeah, she does that a lot.
Looks. What's the pet thing that walks with her?
I've not got that far yet.
Oh, okay. I mean, I didn't say anything. I don't want to spoil it.
It's okay. But yeah, like the story's interesting. Like I think it's set in. I don't know if it's actually Italy or Switzerland, but I think it's just around there. And the main character is a lawyer from Vienna who decides that she's kind of done being a junior lawyer for now and sets off on a holiday for 2 or 3 weeks to Hinterberg, which is a place that now has dungeons, because dungeons showed up and monsters showed up out of them. and so the local mayor turned it into a tourist attraction.
That sounds.
So you come to the Hinterberg and you slay monsters.
That sounds really random.
Yeah, like it's kind of cool. It's like an interesting premise. I've never had anything. I've never seen or read anything that had a similar premise than that.
Might have to be one to download. Actually, seems it's on Game Pass. Good old Game Pass.
Yeah.
I think there we go. Oops! Oh no, it's downloading.
Did that happen?
I just don't know. It just suddenly started.
No, fair enough.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Nice one. That looks quite good actually, Pete. I like that one. Jacob.
Continue on from sort of like Dark Souls styles games. One I've suggested is Flintlock The Siege of Dawn. It was a game that was showcased during was it the Xbox showcase, and yeah, it's sort of set in like what era? What's the best way? I'd say Civil War era, something like that. And you go around killing gods that have ravaged the land. It's a very fun game. It's like I said, it's got Dark Stars inspired combat, similar to Elden Ring and the Jedi Survivor Set. But yeah, it plays very well. It looks very good. I've enjoyed it up until a certain point. And the only problem is, it's not the game itself, it's the squidgy human playing it who just can't do those styles of games. So it is frustrating, just me trying to get good at those games. But that being said, I still find it very enjoyable.
Yeah, you had a wee bit of a Freudian slip there, Jacob.
What's that?
Instead of saying a Dark Souls type game, you said a Dark Styles type game.
Oh, for goodness sake. You know what I mean, Dark Souls.
I know. That's how I was laughing. I'm sure that's what Matt was laughing at as well.
Yeah.
Sorry. So I didn't want to interrupt you on your flow.
No, well, it wasn't really a flow. This is me fumbling through it. So.
Well, some sort of flow going on.
Yeah.
But no, that looks quite good as well, actually. That's quite. See, some of these that I'd never sort of think, I was going to try and look at that. That's why I do sort of, wait and listen to other people and think, what are they playing? Oh, look, that looks good. So it was like that. Still Wakes a Deep. That was Tony's fault. Actually, no, that was Abby for saying that Tony was playing it, and I thought I have to have it. So, but no, that looks quite good as well, actually. But I must admit, the Hinterberg. I don't know. I like the graphics of that. It's like a cartoon. Looks fun. Looks fun. So, bro, thanks, Jacob. Thank you. Mine's actually quite boring compared to you two. And again, I've not played anything of July at all. This is just one that I've looked at and sort of wanted. And it's very simple. It's F1 Manager 24. So again, nothing thrilling in it at all, in the slightest. It is just Formula One. Hasn't really changed much at all, if I'm honest.
Have you played the previous ones or not?
I have. I've played. The last one I did play was 21.
Okay.
Which obviously, a few years ago, in that respect. But it just doesn't look too much different.
Yeah, I've played 22 and 23. So 23 is on Game Pass, which helped out. But I know the big thing for 24 was you get to create your own team.
Yeah, I did hear that bit, but in all honesty, I don't see why that's so special.
Well, I don't know. It's something that has been copied over from the the main series where you could race for your own team, but
yeah,
it's just one of those features that's just lacking. It's well, why not make your own team and try and become world champion with it?
But then again, I sort of think, why? This is what does me head in with like the football games and such things like that. Why are you making why? You take over a team and you make it your team, and that's exactly the same with like this F1 manager. You take over a team and you make it your team in that sense. Why create a whole team? I just don't get it. That's my thought process on it. With it, and I'm talking myself out of it being a good game, and I've not even played it yet. It's just purely what I've seen and looked, and I thought that's really one of the only ones that I'm sort of like, you know what, I've got that type of interest in with it all. But now looking back at it and thinking more of it, actually looks quite shit.
What's a sport manager game? You're not going to get. It's going to be more focused on operating a team rather than actually gameplay or racing. So
I know that I've played many management games in a sense of it all through the years, but I just don't know. I'm just not a. I just don't know. Yeah, I've probably now talking about it physically has probably talked myself out of it, of that one, and thinking, no.
So I have noticed something. Don't know if either of you know the reason for this. On Steam, they've still got F1 Manager 23 up for £45. However, 24 is only 30. Do you know why it's? Yeah. Do you know why it's 30, or £15 cheaper?
That's very true. Yes, $44.99 for F1 23 and £29 for the new one. So
it's on sale. That's standard price.
I just wonder whether that's just a start-up price to try and get people to purchase it.
then again, why would you? If you got Game Pass already, you don't need to buy 23.
No. So, it's a great question, Pete. I've absolutely no clue why they've done that. Really don't know.
Yeah, just something I noticed. I thought that's just in case you knew.
No. It's good. No, it's a great question. Yeah, great.
Interestingly, F1 Manager 22 is no longer available on Steam.
Is it not?
No, I bought it a while ago, but just looked on the store and 22 is not available.
Suspect. Well,
this is that thing that at least a lot of sports games do now. Like I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure you might not be able to buy a lot of the old 2K basketball games.
2K basketball. They used to be good.
Yeah. I don't think you can buy one before 23.
Something's gone on there then.
Yeah. Well, they shut down the servers for them, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so you can't play them at all anymore.
Jesus.
Yeah, you can play. Well, you can play 1v1, like if you want, but you can't go back and play the story. Single player game, but you can't play the story anymore.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. Well,
yeah, I found out the hard way when I decided I wanted to finish the story in 2K21 and loaded up the game and it wouldn't load me in. I was like, hell, why do you keep putting me in quick play? And checked up on it, and it's like, oh no, they've shut down the servers. I went, okay, and why does that affect me playing single player? It's like, because that get removed. Because they sell you points now for your character in the single player.
Of course.
So obviously they couldn't just give you all the points you wanted and let you play it. I'd be stupid. I'd be daft. No, they just kill the game.
No, no.
Yeah, so you have to buy the new one.
Yeah, that's a cop out. I hate things like that. I really do. Yeah. But I must admit, I've talked myself out of that now. So let's ignore my one because it is rubbish. I've got no good contender for it. So it's over to you two, really, for July. And not because I feel sorry for him, but I do like the look of it better. I'd actually go with the Hindenburg.
Yeah, I was going to do the same actually.
I've also played Flintlock as well. And obviously, I prefer Hinterberg because I suggested it rather than Flintlock. I don't dislike Flintlock. It's just I've played a lot of Souls-like games, so I know they're like, and it's a very good Souls-like game, but I've played better. To go,
I've played better.
so yeah.
Well, I'm downloading them both anyway. I'm gonna have a go at that Dungeons of Hinterberg, of the Austrian Alps, and that'd be quite fun. And have a go. But that's it. So at least we've got one for July, and May and June we'll probably just have to carry on arguing. Otherwise, I don't want to upset Pete whilst he's ill, so I'll wait until he's better till we upset him.
No, that's fine. You can put in the two we have. I mean, June's fine. You know, it's the internet you have to contend with. You know, for picking something that isn't Elden Ring.
I've already accepted the risk with the internet, so
it's
whether Matt wants.
I'm just letting the internet know that it wasn't me who did it. All right.
Okay. I'm happy.
Okay, crazy internet.
I'm happy to go to the internet and say Elden Ring's crap. So Still Wakes the Deep is far much better. But plain and simple, everybody who likes Elden Ring, you are wrong. There you go.
We could do that hand in hand if you want.
Yeah, absolutely, yes. Skipping into the sunset. So we've probably lost some subscribers, but that's fine. That's fine.
Like we said, you're entitled to your own opinion. Whether it's right or wrong is another question.
Absolutely. Now, you don't dislike Elden Ring, but I'm just not a fan of it. I prefer that Still Wakes the Deep. So there goes. So June is Still Wakes the Deep, and as much to what Pete absolutely loves, we've got a Little Kitty Big City for May. So those are your games of the months for May, June, and July. Good fun. It's been a good evening, gents. Thank you very much for joining us today. We will be back in 2 weeks' time, just over, and it's going to be a little bit different because I am putting together a quiz.
Holy shit!
I know. I've got some good, easy questions in there to get people involved and going. I've also got some quite tough questions going on as well, because I think for people like Pete, he'll get some of them really easily because he knows the industry inside and out.
I actually played a quiz last week.
Oh yeah, and how did you do?
We finished second last.
Oh, second to last.
However, our art project for the art round came first.
Okay, well done.
So we take that as a moral victory.
There will be no.
If you give me a moment, I'll put it in the podcast. What we built.
Oh, that'd be good. But
yeah.
we are not doing an art round in this. It will purely be question based. I'm hoping we can maybe get somebody else on the podcast with us once I talk to them, see if they want to join and do it as well. But also, anybody who will be listening to us, they're more than welcome to put their answers in when we come to the physical answers themselves. I don't want them giving anybody on here a hint. So, no typing. I will disable the chat if I know how to. In that one, just to ensure. But yes, all good fun. So that'd be good, something good to look into next time. So it might be a slightly longer episode. We'll see how we get on. But thank you very much, gents, for joining us this evening. Thank you everybody for listening, who's been and gone. And thank you for those who are listening to us not live, but recorded. We appreciate it very much. We will be back in just over 2 weeks' time, and we will go from there. So, say bye, everybody.
No.
Nah, I'm good.
Don't want to leave, no. All right. See you later, guys. Have a good one.
Ta-ta.